Hey, welcome to the Monica Sanford Show. Today we are here at Evermann's Grocery and Cafe, location on 9 Mile Road, and they have a location downtown on Garden Street. Love doing on-location shots, but today we are here. It's a special heart healthy edition, and these two ladies here, my guests, are going to talk about how to keep your heart healthy and eat healthy and improve your quality of life. And so my guests today they're both medical professionals as well as I am. So this is very near and dear to my heart. But so first guest is also my neighbor. I love her. And she's very motivating. I see her walking every day and go, I got to get out and walk. So she started out years ago as a nurse's aide.
I did,
correct?
When I was 19.
Yes, but now she went to medical school and has been an OBGYN physician for 35 years.
That's it.
So about 35 years, and then you went back to Harvard to get your certification?
I got a Harvard chef coaching certification.
A
and
chef?
I also completed the coursework and passed a board certification exam for lifestyle medicine.
For lifestyle medicine. I love the title of her business now is Lifestyle Medicine, Wellness, and Recovery, because it's not just about diet. This is about kind of a lifestyle modification and your overall quality of life and your overall wellness. And she is a certified coach, which is also the name of your business, that Lifestyle Medicine, Wellness, and Recovery. Check it out on Facebook. And so please welcome Dr. Erin Mayfield.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. So my next guest she's a registered nurse, bedside nursing for years. I know how hard that is. I was a bedside nurse for 15 years before I was a nurse practitioner, so God bless you. But now you're an accomplished plant-based chef with your own business, owner of Vibrant Chef.
Yes.
Is that how you say
Thank you
it?
for
Cool.
having me, Monica.
Ms. Heather Flowers. So both of them work together in the community, work together in cooking classes. They have one this afternoon that is already full to the max. You sell out all your cooking classes. You do cooking classes, demonstrations, and one is actually this afternoon is run with the UWF Leisure Learning Retirement Group.
That's it.
Okay. So, and they, like I said, sell out each class they have, so jump on early. So switching to what they do. So lifestyle medicine, culinary, nutritional, science for not just improving your overall health, but preventative medicine, preventative eating. And this can, prevention of lots of disease processes, diabetes, cancers, coronary artery disease, things like that. So Dr. Mayfield, we're going to start with you. Tell me what you do and how you do it.
Oh, well, I'd love to. Thank you so much for having us. It's a privilege to be here on your show. We are so passionate about lifestyle medicine because in all of the years that I've been in medicine, this is the tried and true proven way to improve your health and not only arrest and prevent chronic diseases, but it actually has the potential to reverse chronic diseases. And it's been proven with decades of research. Now, lifestyle medicine itself is a newly organized medical specialty. And so you may not have heard of it yet. There are only a couple of us board certified in the Panhandle. And in fact, when I board certified in 2019, there were only 1,400 of us on the globe. And the young physicians love it, which is fabulous.
Good.
But we know that what we eat determines our destiny. We know that when we eat whole plant foods, healthy, fresh foods, and eliminate the processed foods in the standard American diet, try to get rid of the meat-heavy, dairy-heavy, and cheese-type consumption, that we can actually feel great. We have the potential to reverse chronic diseases. We have the potential to reverse diabetes, actually reverse coronary artery disease, prevent strokes, and have natural weight loss.
And it helps you maintain a healthy
weight.
blood pressure and your weight and your cholesterol. So we're going to get into all of that. And it can also help your gut health.
Oh, 100%.
And 100% gut health, and also joint health, anti-inflammatory processes, disease processes. So real quick, Heather, what would you tell somebody that says, I don't want to be vegan or vegetarian and eat just veggies all the time? How do you coach them into adding that in moderation, bringing that into their lifestyle?
Sure. I think it's really important to meet people where they are. Just an abrupt, sudden change doesn't sit well with a lot of people. I really like to just kind of have one-on-one conversation with them and ask them about their current eating patterns. What foods do they like? What grocery store do they like to go to? How often do they like to cook a meal? Are they more of a batch cooker and meal prep through the week, or do they have time to cook in the evening? So it's really just, it's almost like a customized, conversation that takes place to really identify where their needs are and really still incorporate more whole foods, less refined foods into their already daily eating patterns.
And they have to make time to eat healthy, meaning if you make time to go to the gym or you make time to do whatever other things, yoga, things like that, make time to eat healthy, because if you don't, then you're going to go through a drive-through and get very processed foods. So, but it's great that you'll customize and not just optimize their well-being, but you customize what they can eat and how they eat it. So it sounds like you interview people and have a whole plan just for them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that's important to really just get to know who you're working with and find out, what will work best for them. Like I said, meeting people where they are.
Well, very cool. So a few questions here, and then which will lead into other things. But the first question is an audience question, and everybody knows my audience is my husband. So today it's my husband, and he brought my son. But he loves garlic. I do not like garlic, usually on anything. But he asked, is there any medicinal kind of benefits to garlic?
Oh, garlic's excellent.
I knew you were going to say that.
We love using, I know, because you know the research. Garlic is excellent for your health, and we use it a lot to spice foods because you can completely eliminate salt. You don't need salt at all in your cooking when you use spices, and you know the ones that you love, and you know the ones that are healthy for you.
That's true. And the sodium, of course, we're not going to get into a bunch of high sodium kind of heart failure type things. That's what I do for a living. However, just be aware of your sodium intake, meaning if it tastes good, spit it out. So it's if you have a salt shaker on your table, remove the salt shaker. So it is the things to avoid from American Heart Association. If you're just adding water to a can of soup, that's super high in sodium. Make your own soup. Deli meats, processed deli meats, things like that are high in sodium. But next question. I'm going to come to you with this question because I think you have a handout or a book you can show us. So some communities are very kind of food deserts. They do not have access to a lot of fruits and vegetables, or they're somebody on a super tight budget. What would you recommend? One or two things that you can get affordable and easy, and I think one of these handouts here actually show eating on a budget.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, some staples, and I love shopping on a budget. In fact, I kind of monitor that total price at the end of the receipt, and the less it is, the more excited I am. But really, shopping in the bulk section is really nice if your grocery has a bulk section. I did so just today, and a staple in my kitchen is dried grains. So this here is some brown rice. So that's always a staple in the pantry. Quinoa is really good staple as
It's like a
another
really
grain.
great green, like are collards and
Green.
Yeah.
spinach, things like
I
that
think-
that come in bulk. Okay.
I think more than just cheerleading one particular ingredient,
Right.
it's supporting the variety.
Okay.
But other dried legumes are really good, good staples.
And that's what I was reading when I was reading about your stuff, the legumes, any kind of beans, that when I said promote good gut health, it has to be in your diet daily, some kind of beans or
Yeah,
legumes.
absolutely. Yeah, the
Very cool.
fiber and the nutrient density is just outstanding.
Okay.
And so people can really substitute beans for meat. If they look at what they're eating, and really Americans eat meat heavy every day. We know even that 9 out of 10 Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. We know that 90% of Americans, because of that, are actually malnourished. So if we can work the beans into the diet, substitute beans for meat, and start to eat more beans, eat 50% of your plate in fruits and vegetables, that's really what does the trick.
Oh, very cool.
We
So
can do it on a budget. I mean, a 1 pound bag of dried beans is $1, and that makes 6 cups of cooked beans. So when you start adding extra vegetables and you can make a chili, oh my gosh, you can get 3 or 4 quarts of beans for
very cool.
probably
And this is a book I was
$15.
talking about here.
Mhm.
So
this is
plant-based
great
on a
cookbook.
budget.
It's a great little cookbook. She does an excellent job. She will tell you
Yeah.
how much it costs to make all of these meals. The American College of Lifestyle Medicine also has tons of free handouts you can download. This one is a week's worth of meals with recipes, and they will tell you how much it costs per serving.
And
most
very
of it,
affordable.
yeah, like 30 to 50
So.
cents per serving.
So the beans also, we're not pushing beans here, but I'm pushing beans.
Oh, we
It
are.
has tons of vitamins and other things too, and
it'll
fiber,
feed
and
your
so yeah,
gut bacteria, and it's just a
it's
wonderful
wonderful.
thing.
So, question for either one of you: we know there's good and bad cholesterols. So tell us something that could help raise your good cholesterol and lower your bad cholesterol.
Oh,
Anything?
we can.
Okay.
Well, we know that plant-based foods do not have cholesterol. Plants don't contain cholesterol. Only animal
Good to
foods
know.
have cholesterol. So when you transition to a whole food plant-based diet, you really have the potential to drop your cholesterol 30 points in a month. And that's your bad cholesterol or your LDL cholesterol. Now, when you switch to plant-based foods, your HDL might drop too, but overall the ratios are still appropriate.
The good
And
cholesterol.
the good cholesterol is still higher.
Still sufficient. You
Still
would rather
sufficient
bring
for
down
heart
your
health.
high cholesterol
Yes.
and maintain a good, healthy, good cholesterol.
Yes.
But so I would much rather, in my practice, write a prescription for plant-based diets and lifestyle instead of medication to control.
Oh,
I know.
absolutely.
So I
And
think
it's so
I think we're all on the
doable.
same page there. It's because once you start on, and some people need the statin 100%. Talk to your provider. You may need that statin. Take it. I give statins all the time for cardiovascular disease, so you may need it. But also you can help that with the plant-based diets. So another question is hormonal eating. Eating healthy for hormonal challenges, either menopause type age group or men in a certain age group or teenagers having trouble with acne or just teenagers in general with hormones. Is there anything that you would recommend for
Yes.
for hormonal eating?
For hormonal eating, well, it's actually amazing how getting away from the meat and dairy is so healing to your tissues. So we know that teenagers who eat heavy meat and dairy have terrible acne. They can actually heal a lot of their acne just by getting away from the meat and dairy. And the cheese. Cheese is a big part of this. And it's very addicting. But they can also improve their menstrual cycles. For young women who have heavy menstrual cycles, it makes a big difference to get away from the meat and dairy and cheese and switch to plant-based eating and more fruits and vegetables.
Any recommendations from similar?
I mean, honestly, just a firsthand testimony, my 16-year-old son did actually notice quite a difference and started requesting to switch to oat milk versus a cow's milk. So that's what we keep in our house all the time now.
That's a great question. So what do y'all eat for breakfast?
Oh, well, this morning I threw together a smoothie that had some white quinoa, believe it or not, frozen banana, a scoop of peanut butter, a tablespoon of flaxseed, couple sprinkles of cinnamon, and
Okay, let me
oat
rephrase
milk.
that. If you're not a chef.
Oh, it was easy. Just throw it.
You throw in everything.
Okay.
So when Steve makes a smoothie in the morning, he loves his smoothies. And he puts greens in too. So he puts in soy yogurt, coconut milk, spinach, oatmeal.
So is that
fruit.
enough then for your daily intake? Just
It's
one
great
kind
for
of,
breakfast. Yeah, it's great for breakfast.
and then each meal just add a little bit of
Because you're
veggies and.
checking off all the food groups. If you're on a run in the morning and you want your smoothie, that's a perfect way to make a smoothie.
So really quick, because a lot of my patients, and of course yours are too, diabetic, a fruit that you would not recommend diabetics to have because it's pure sugar, hard to digest, will raise their, I know it has insulin resistance and insulin involved. However,
Yes.
what would you tell them to avoid and maybe substitute something with?
Well, that's a wonderful question. The most up-to-date research demonstrates that diabetics can eat most fruits liberally. We've got Doctors Kambata and Barbero who've published their research called Mastering Diabetes in a book, and they've got green light, yellow light, and red light foods, and they eat fruits liberally. They are both insulin-dependent diabetics themselves, and what we know is what really drives people's sugar up when they eat fruit is their insulin resistance. And once they adjust what they eat and they focus on whole food plant-based eating, and get away from the processed food, things start to adjust themselves. And the fruits actually have complex carbohydrates. They're not simple sugars. So it all works out in the end. There's a transition where they will be up and down. Then they do need to work with their physicians on this. I have a great example of my brother who's diabetic. I went up and lived with him and cooked for him for the week after he had
I bet he
open
loved that.
surgery last
Oh,
year.
good.
Slapped the glucose sensor on him. When we switched him to whole food plant-based eating, no oil, no salt, no sugar, and he dropped his blood sugars and became hypoglycemic in 72 hours, and we were able to discontinue 3 diabetic medications at that
So it
time.
maintains that blood sugar level, just eating
It
plant-based
does.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
real quick, we're going to talk about American Heart Association because I love American Heart Association and everything they do. There's a couple of events coming up. I thought we had a flyer out here for American Heart.
It's back in mine.
Sorry. But a couple of things I wanted to touch on before we do that, sorry, let me back up, is tell me real quick, your Vibrant Chef company do you go out and do private cookings
We
for
can,
people, or
yep.
do you have a location
Nope,
or online presence, or what's your?
we online presence is happening very soon, right, Dr. Erin?
Yeah.
So yes, we're looking to expand more virtually to provide more, to touch more people, to get more education and cooking classes out there. We also do cooking classes here locally. As far as private dinners, we can come into people's homes and do private events. I'm happy to have Dr. Erin accompany me, and we can make it more
More like a
collaborative.
cooking class, and we can offer nutrition counseling at the same time that we're cooking and feeding everyone, so we have fun with that. And we have a group course that we offer online, where it's an 8-week course. People come in, they pay one fee. The fee is actually for 2 people, and we have live group coaching and cooking classes every week to help
So-
people transition.
Walk me through real quick what happened, like in the class today. It starts at 1. People come in. Do you just teach them about nutrition, which I'm sure you do a lot of education, but do they actually do hands-on cooking, or do you cook for them and show them how to cook?
In this particular class, we're not necessarily doing any hands-on cooking.
Well, they're not doing that.
I'm sorry, they're not doing any, yes, exactly. They're not doing any hands-on cooking, but we do pass around a lot of things and let them sample and smell. But it's and I do talk about some techniques and try to demonstrate there. Well, have we got the camera working?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we demonstrate how to make these meals, and they have
Okay.
a recipe, and they take notes, and then we go back and forth and talk about the nutrition of each recipe and the ingredients in each recipe.
Okay.
And that's our definition of culinary medicine. That is, we're going to create food where every ingredient is heart healthy.
Okay, because a lot of it, I knew for me, when I first saw a spaghetti squash, I had no idea how to prepare it.
Right.
So it was just teaching how to prepare foods that may get
Yes.
some people over being scared of using
Exactly.
that fruit or vegetable.
Yeah.
Be
So,
comfortable.
And
Well,
that's
very
what
cool.
that's what I notice a lot of times. They're like, oh, I never thought to use cashew for this, or like you
I love
said,
cashews.
how to.
Tofu for
Yeah, exactly.
dips.
So it's
Yeah,
just
what do you think
become-
of peanuts? Peanuts good? Cashew? I love almonds and cashews.
I'm
They're
They're
good?
good.
I'm good with
Cool.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I have fallen in love with, and I'm obsessed with, and my husband hates when I say this, my cauliflower. I can eat roasted or stir fry
Oh,
cauliflower.
yum,
Love it.
yes. Oh, it's wonderful.
Any type of fish on my cauliflower, I'm in
So
love.
you've got
Have you
cauliflower, he's got garlic.
Have you
Yes.
branched out to rice it yet yourself?
Not myself, but I
You-
buy it that way.
Well-
Chopped rice, cauliflower, and do a
cool.
little stir fry. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
And
So
it's
we are.
easy, isn't it?
It is
It's
super
easy.
easy
Plain
and
cooking is
quick. But I do make time to prepare my meals. Now I have enough meals for 2 or 3
That's
lunches
great.
and dinners and stuff. So
Cool.
just want to touch again on American Heart Association. It is a bunch of events coming up near you. Please check out their website, and I will post it on this link as well. But of course, always, if you smoke, stop smoking. If you don't smoke, don't start. Start walking, start moving, walk your dog. Like I said, I see Dr. Mayfield out every morning walking her dog, so and I need to get out there.
And I see you
Uh,
too.
I know. So it is know your numbers, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your cholesterol, your weight, things like that. Know where your nearest resource is to help with eating healthy, and learn CPR. So I wanted to thank my 2 guests here. Thank you so much. This has been so fun, informative, and please stay tuned for the next Monica Sanford show.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
listening.